yes, my boys, back at it again for another spicy stream. It's time to get in there to never ever miss. YouTube, push out the notifications. Get the boys in here. Blood Square was good. Callum was good. Oh yes, it's time for me to get in there with the Hazy Beast. But before I do that, I have to do a little shopping, a little farming. We need cash, and I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about them free-to-play boys, them gems, You did another stream. Technically, the stream last night was technically early this morning, so I guess it is an early stream. But it's just another stream for the day, I guess. So am I playing with normal monsters tonight? Oh yeah. It's gonna be pretty spicy, my boy. Normal monsters you're not expecting, my boy. Also, I'm gonna talk about them battling boxers. We're gonna have to take a look at them battling boxer boys. I hate it when it does that. Said I saw this box and I looked in the sky and there was the never miss symbol. I like how a lot of people when this box dropped, the first thing they thought was not, oh, this box sucks, or oh, this isn't what I want, or oh, you know, I don't know, wonder what so and so thinks. They literally, a lot of people said, you know what, that boy YTDan is gonna be excited. I really appreciate that. It's very wholesome, honestly. It's very wholesome. I watched so many videos today and everybody was like, YTDan is about to be hype as fuck. I think, yeah, it was Brad, and I was watching Brad's video, and Brad was like, let me see if Dan put up a reaction, and there's already 2 reactions. Them doo-doo boxers. Yeah, we're gonna talk about them doo-doo boxers. I mean, they got a hand trap, so I mean, sometimes that's all you need. I think it's a pretty decent box. I don't know how battling boxers are gonna work out, honestly. I can't really tell you how that's gonna go down, honestly. I have no idea. People saw the thumbnail, was like, what is going on here? We're getting in there, my boy. We're farming. I'm farming. I'm getting some gems. I'm gonna talk to y'all about them battle boxers. I'm gonna what else I'm gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna be preparing my body. Right now, we need, for a box, if you want to get in here, you want to go into the mini box, my boy. Where's the mini box? Yeah, you want to go into the mini box, my boy. There's 100 packs in the mini box. Gems are about, 50 gems a pack. It's 5,000 gems you need to get in there for one free box. I'm going to collect a free box on this, man. You're not gonna show me the bounty of the Hazy Beast and not allow me to collect a free box. I'm gonna collect a free box, my boy. I'm gonna collect a free box. But in order to do that, I've got to farm. And also, I'm gonna try to run the RNG numbers, my boy. I'm gonna do the ultimate, I don't know, the ultimate test, my boy. I'm about to try to run the numbers so that I can get a prismatic Battle Trace. That's gonna be spicy. That's gonna be spicy. So that's what I'm hoping for, my boy. Hey, Konami might make you use a credit card, but if you can get 5K gems, my boy, you won't. I need my gems, my boy. And I'm using a stolen deck, my boy. I even got a shopping list right here. Right here. I got a shopping list, my boy. Can you see it? You see my shopping list? Look at this shopping list. I'm gonna tell you right now. Tristan had 450 gems. I collected that. So I cross it off, my boy. I cross it off, my boy. Alexis Rhodes, like basically I made a list, okay? I made a list. Checking it twice. Gonna find out who's free to play or not. So basically I made a list with 2 columns. Column number 1, characters that I have that are very close to gems being relinquished. Column number 2 is people who I have that are not necessarily close to being farmed, but they have a low amount of experience, so I can get the maximum amount of gems from these folks, my boy. That's the plan, my boy. So grinding for gems as well. Yes. Said went in there with them Fire Kings. The Fire Kings is gonna be nuts, man. That little fire monster that can negate monster effects. Whoo, y'all gonna wish y'all had that fissure, man. That's why fissure came out, because stuff like that, think about it. You're gonna have the golem from the Anamana play deck that can negate. You're gonna have Varay that can negate, and you're gonna have a Fire Fist monster that can negate. All little monsters that can negate. So that's gonna be crazy, honestly. Let me move this over a little bit. Kind of bugging me because it's not symmetrical. Not like my stuff is always symmetrical, but as I'm looking at it, it kind of bugs me a little bit. A little. What's good, my boy? Welcome back to the stream. So I'm getting in there with I think y'all seen this before, the Maniac deck. Stolen from somebody's free-to-play journey in casual, but I upgraded it with more Acts of Despair, Mage Power United, Acts of Fool, and Power the Guardian. And it's just a bunch of beaters and a little bit of power up action. It's pretty interesting. It gets in there. And right now, if you go to my Duel Castle right now, take a look at my Duel Castle, my boy. I've completed the Duel Castle. I've got 4,500 of those coins, which I'm gonna use to try to run this system so I can just go through getting new cards maybe. And my theory is if I run this system and I don't get a prismatic here, there's a chance I could get a prismatic when I open packs tomorrow. The Blazing Mars, I got one through doing the campaign. I still haven't pulled a Blazing Mars, and I've gotten thousands of coins, so that's not fun. No, they drop tomorrow. They drop on the 9th. Today's the 8th. And when I did the video yesterday, that was technically, that was still technically today. You got a Chris 7,000 gems. Man, get in there. Well, the volume on the mic can literally get no higher, unfortunately. I can't really do anything to make it get louder than this, and I'm not sure why. Like people say that like they can't hear it. They say that it's too low. You can't. Yeah, I have it maxed out. Honestly, I have the volume on my microphone maxed out and on my soundboard over here maxed out, and I don't understand why it's like coming through low. So if it's coming through low, I do apologize, but I mean, unfortunately, I don't know what that issue is. I really wish that I did if it's coming through too low, my boy. But I can always turn down that game music. But I mean, it's just I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I did. I mean, if I knew the magic of the audio engineer, I'd probably be in a different profession, my boy. Let me go down my list, my boy. I'm gonna make sure I've already collected. Cause I had 2,000 gems. I got like 1,700 gems from farming today. Oh, so yeah, Tristan owes me 250 of those things. I thought I collected on you, boy. I'm glad I came and looked. Tristan owes me 250. Yu-Gi boy, he owes me. Let me see. What do you owe me, Yu-Gi boy? Now I've collected from Yu-Gi boy. And then Dark Side Dimensions, Yu-Gi Boy, but I think also Merrick. Let me see. Merrick. Merrick owes me $250. Axel Brody, I think I collected. I had $450 coming from Axel. I think I collected that already. Let me see.
Get ready.
Axel Brody. Yeah, I collected the $450 from him. That was the last two. Jesse Anderson. Mr. Anderson. I collected my $250. Let me cut that off my list. Alexis Rose, I'm working on this. She owes me $250. And then Cyrus owes me $300, I think. Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus owes me $300 bun. A lot of 5D's characters are low, actually. Callan owes me. Oh, Callan's low. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff to get for Callan. And then Crow is the last guy. That is close to giving up the goods. Said your channel the most consistent entertainment I've found in a long time, man. He said this ain't much, but gotta continue to the Hazy Flame Never Miss, my boy. Gotta contribute to the Hazy Flame Never Miss. Thank you, my boy. I appreciate that $5 dono. It's going right into the Hazy Flame Fund, my boy. Who was I just using? Oh, I was using Alexis. But yeah, I made a little list, my boy. I got a little list right here. I got a little shopping list. We're gonna get this money, my boy. And after we get this money, we're gonna get in there and talk about some battling boxers. Cause I looked at those battling boxers, man, and listen to people's opinions. And it's funny listening to people like last night I looked at channels I've never looked at before just to see what people were saying, because I kind of feel like it's a bit of an echo chamber if you think about, you know, myself, Brad, Duel Links Meta, Duel Links Best Decks, even Playmaker. It's a bit of like an echo chamber within that. But then, like, what do these like 200 subscriber, 300 subscriber, 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscriber channels that you kind of didn't hear of talk about? And a lot of them were just kind of like battling Boo Boo. Most people was talking about how Boo Boo battling boxers was, and a lot of people was saying how battling boxers was their favorite deck, but they so mad that Konami just put Boo Boo out there for them. But then they go, oh, Hazy's pretty spicy. Oh, rekindling. Oh, that's nice. Pretty much. Aigami is not done, my boy, but Aigami is low. So Aigami, we're gonna get in there on Aigami, my boy. It's been pretty interesting so far, honestly. It's been really interesting. And this little auto duel deck collapsed. Oh yeah, it's people. I would say, like, I did a preliminary check, and basically my lowest characters are 5D's characters, and my I've completed all the Zexa people, and Dark Side Dimensions is mostly completed or at a very high level, so it's gonna just take longer to farm. So that's kind of where I'm at. Battling Boxer does not have their best XCs, my boy. No, the box comes out on the 9th. Today's the 8th. I thought the same thing too. I got tilted because I realized I hadn't slept. The day had not changed. I just didn't go to sleep, basically. Because I literally last night I got so hyped and excited. I was laying in the bed like a little kid on Christmas Eve. And I just could not sleep. I was just kind of like, oh my God, I have so many plans. And I want to make it spicy too, my boy. Array Zero, thanks for that membership, my boy. I just saw it pop up, but it's gonna pop in this notifications in a minute. Thanks for that membership, my boy. I really appreciate that. That's literally going to this Hazy Flame deck, my boy. But no, you got beat by the bulldozer. How did you? Wow. Computer, how did you lose to Doomdozer and Insect? How did you lose to that? Thanks for that membership again, my boy. And then we get the 500 gems from Co-Money. So I think if my calculations are correct, I'll be able to cash in and get everything I need. But yeah, I can't believe I just lost that duel. It's crazy. Oh, I do stack the deck sometimes too with a little bit of extra life and extra card, just in case. Yeah, aroma strategy is really good for D-Castle. He said auto duel is programmed to be brainless. I just died. The box should be literally out in exactly 24 hours from now. Yeah. It's probably gonna come out around this time, like around that 6 to 8-ish. Brad, what's good, my boy? That's funny. It's like Brad did the reaction supercut for the ban list. The reaction supercut for the for this new box is basically crickets, creep, creep, creep. But in the distance you hear, oh, no one knows. No one knows who's making these sounds. Wait. Huzzah! Huzzah! A computer of class. 69 of those things. 6,000 life points of Vampire Lord. Looks like he's gonna get that good suck. Huzzah! Well, he was a man of class. Also, I like Axe of Fools equipped to Chainsaw Insect. Also, I like Axe of Fools on Chainsaw Insect. I like that. Think about how janky that is. Someone equips Axe of Fools to Chainsaw Insect. 34. Effect negated. Womp. Bonk. Wait, you said Cyberpunk said, I don't know about this box, but it's perfect time to take a break from Duel Links and play other games like Cyberpunk. Yeah, my boy, I feel you. What's funny about Cyberpunk is right now, people have been talking about they've been talking about how it was like it's underwhelming because it's got all these bugs and stuff. And it was funny because I think I said on the stream like maybe a few weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago, maybe I was like, this Cyberpunk thing is gonna drop and everybody's gonna be talking shit about it. And it's gonna be like, it's not living up to the hype, dog. And it's not gonna be necessarily their fault. It got way too much hype. I learned my lesson from No Man's Sky on hype, man. Like No Man's Sky, like it was so hyped up for what it could be, and what it actually was just disappointing to everybody. Even I got on that bandwagon because I was like, oh, I'm playing this. I bought that game and everything. But then I just never went back when they updated it, you know? Jeff, my boy, what's good? It is never missed time yet again. But you know what though? Oh man, this used to be my jam back in the day. The Patrician of Darkness. You know I used to play this card back in the day. Extra booty. This card is literally 2x booty. Like it's pretty bad. Like look at it. Look at him. Even he's tired. Look at his eyes. Look at this man. Even he's tired. He's like, oh my God, please don't put me in the deck. Oh my God. Why? Why did you do it? And I've died on the Axe of Fools many times, which is hilarious. Like we're just farming and then just be like, oof. Like right now, this could be a oof. 500 life points. Cause they just don't go for game. Yeah, the new box, and it's funny because I've been seeing a lot of people in the comments. They're like, Hazy's not gonna be able to make it, bro. Oh man, if you only knew about the Hazy plans, my boy. I cannot say it. I cannot speak it aloud because I've been working on it, my boy. And then it emerges. I had this deck list in my mind from when I played Legacy of the Duelists. And I was like, oh, I know this is gonna work. And then it's all coming together, so I'm gonna unleash it. And I thought about how crazy it was yesterday. I was talking about Hazy so freaking much. I was literally talking about it like, oh man, I missed my opportunity. I wish I had this chance to play with Hazy's again, blah, blah, blah. And I was just sitting there talking Hazy's up like all yesterday. And then out of nowhere, we get this reveal. And what's funny about it is, I literally yesterday, I would have just played the KOG yesterday with the Summon Skull deck if I didn't make a misplay. But then I made that misplay, and then I was considering just continuing the KOG even though I made the misplay. But then I had that 30-minute duel with that Witchcrafter thing, or that 25-minute duel, however long it was, with the Witchcrafter deck. And I just was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just not gonna do this tonight. I would have been so upset if I had a hit KOG with the Summon Skull deck and left that stream and found out Hazy Flame was about to be reborn. And all I could do was play in KOG and wait a whole month to go KOG with that deck. I would have been so upset. I would have been so upset. I would have been so upset. But I was so grateful that I didn't do it. It literally felt like destiny. So grateful. To the destruction of Shirabuti, who will bring forth our strongest duelists to wield the heavy flame. Yes, we're getting in there, my boy. I literally felt like Obelisk came down, was like, no, my boy, not with the demon. You must use the hazy flame of Obelisk. He was, and then out of nowhere, I heard the Dark Side Dimensions Kaiba music. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh, it's time. Kaiba was like, let's go. It's time to get in there. It's time to get in there. Felt great. Yeah, since they messed these up somehow, I'm just gonna play this one. It's gonna be insane. I can't wait, my boy. I can't wait. It's gonna be so spicy. It's gonna be so spicy. It's gonna be so spicy. I cannot wait. It's gonna be crazy. Berserk Gorilla. Well, I mean, this is gonna be pretty easy because, you know, he's not gonna. They can't mess this up. You can't mess this up. That Kaiba music, man, when it hits you, my boy, and when that Kaiba music hits you, you feel like a champion when that music just start playing, my boy. You can't fuck around with that Kaiba music. You feel like a champ when it just starts playing, my boy. All right, I got him on the right tip. They gonna make it. I be hating when they just be losing, cause sometimes like today I've been farming, my boy, and I'm farming with the baby, man. And I'm not even gonna tell you how many times I hit auto duel. I walked away and came back and I was dead. And I was like, what happened? And it was something in the tower that killed me, some bull. I was like, all right, then. Fine. Fine. You know, it's funny. And also a lot of people say, I'm happy for you, dog. It makes me feel like I'm like when I got married and people called and said, I'm happy for you, dog. I feel like people was like, oh, good for him. Like, I feel like everybody's doing that. And I'm kind of like, I'm glad people recognize the passion, my boy. I'm glad if nobody else, if no one else gave a fuck. Like if the box was literally on fire and no one else gave a fuck. You're like, you know what? Dan would run into that burning building for that box. They was like, why? Because the hazy beasts are within it. You'd be like, what? That's crazy. Nobody would do that. You're like, fool. You don't know Dan. You don't know YTDan. He do it. He do it. He do it. He's a maniac. He'd run right in there and get it. I'm like, that actually feels cool, my boy. Honestly, I was looking at what people were saying about the box on Reddit. It was actually kind of funny. Like, you know, a lot of people just, you know, it was almost like they talk about like what's weird about this box is rank 5 exceeds. I think that that's weird because there's not a lot of decks that can hit rank 5 exceeds outside of skills, and that one monster that deals that damage off the rank 5 exceeds is kind of whack, you know. I mean, it's not like it's whack, like it's like bad. It's like because it's rank 5, it just seems kind of weird. You know, Cyber Dragon can hit it, of course, you know, stuff like that. But man, if Gladiator Beast, oh my God, if Gladiator Beast update came to Duel Links and fucking, I mean, honestly, with Gladiator Beast that we have now, I mean, what do you want? Links and stuff? I don't know if Hazy Flame is gonna be meta or if Hazy Flame is gonna be the same style as it was last time, like the ultimate underground low-key deck. I don't know. It's all gonna depend on how people react to it, honestly. So I know people's immediate reaction to Hazy's being prominent or any kind of non-target being prominent, they're gonna switch to Floodgate. But I think the biggest opponent, the hardest matchup is gonna be Desperado. But I got a combo for Desperado's bitch ass. I got a combo for Desperado, and then he'll have to see me in battle. We'll see what happens when battle comes down. He has to face my Battle Trace. We'll see what happens, my boy. He's gonna have to face full power Battle Trace. We'll see what happens, my boy. But yeah, I think the Desperado is gonna be the hardest matchup. With that being said, I think depending on your tech, it should be able to handle most everything else. But then you also have Varay. But like I mentioned before, I think I'm gonna add Lava Golem into the main deck. Like, it's just but I definitely feel like if I was to put money on it and just say like, oh, these the most decks that are popular right now, I would say that honestly the biggest problems would be Varay and then whatchamajig. But with the new fire monster that can negate monster effects, you know, maybe not, who knows. Plus Lava Golem. I'm definitely gonna be using Lava Golem. Golem. Think about this. This is the only thing I'm giving away. This is the only thing I'm giving away. Lava Golem rekindling. Lava Golem rekindling. That's all I'm saying. Bruh, I just looked away for a second. That's going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic. People are going to hate that. They're like, you know what? Berets hate them. They hate them. Everybody's going to hate that. Lava Golem, fuck. Rekindling, what? Oh my God. Rekindling is busted. That's kind of like in my mind, low key. I kind of feel like they maybe shouldn't have dropped Rekindling. I feel like all the other Hades stuff was great, but the Rekindling might have been a bridge too far because that can work in a lot of stuff, and that's gonna get real annoying and real old real fast. Is it the bot killed itself? Get this man Regeki unleashes it on the first turn. Why not? It better be game. Oh yeah, it is game. Never mind. Oh, no, I guess not. I thought he had another equip. Maniac. Don't you lose, my boy. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be able to show it off, my boy. I'm gonna get right in there as soon as it's time, my boy. Go get in there, open those packs, Get that Hazy Flame Basel Trace prismatic, I hope, which would be fantastic. I want Konami to just send it to me. Like, don't even play with me. Just Konami, just go ahead, just forward it. You know, put it in my email, forward prismatic Hazy Flame Basel Trace. You got to do that, because I got to get a prismatic Hazy Flame Basel Trace. You know why? Because there's no prismatic Hazy Flame Sphinx, and prismatic Basel Trace would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I would love it. Any deck rekindling, disgusting. But Lava Golem plus rekindling is gonna be the worst, or the best, depending on your perspective. And they did nerf the, you know, because there actually right now there is no other powerful reborn spell. There is no other powerful reborn spell like that. Like right now, there's not. Oh yeah, and that's also another thing. Someone else left a comment. It wasn't on my video, but I was reading comments on someone else's video, and everybody was talking about Hazy in the comments. And then someone was like, Alistair enters the chat. And yes, Alistair, Tryhard Alistair will enter the chat, and you gotta look out for that in your Hazy Beast. But we got combos for Alistair. We got combos for him. Alistair is good, but he ain't the best, my boy. Because now we're gonna be able to go to a whole new level of dueling, my boy. It's too much power out here right now. It's gonna be pretty nuts. Don't mess this up, my boy. He said, are you gonna see Hazy Invoke? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Hazy Invoke. I mean, honestly, you gotta think about it. Hazy Invoke is the lowest IQ tier, okay? You gotta think about it like this. Hazy, old school legendary deck. Alistair the Invoker, no brain cells needed. Purgatorio, the only card that wasn't banned. Of course, there's gonna be Hazy Flame invoked, Hazy Flame beatdown invoked. Of course people are gonna play that. Of course they are. Now, is that gonna see prominence? I don't know. Is that gonna be, is that meta enough for someone? I don't know. You know, with the new cards out, the idea of a brick may be a thing of the past, my boy. It's gonna be a lot of spice, my boy. Because bricking is, you know, bricking is bricking, but with the new cards, you know, with cards like Griffin, which is a special summon that cannot be targeted. You're gonna be getting in there, my boy. You're gonna be getting in there. You're gonna be getting right in there. It's gonna be like this. They're gonna be like, set 3 and pass, go. You're gonna be like Griffin. They're gonna be like, huh? Damn, my Karma Cut, Ballista Squad, and enemy controller doesn't work on that beast. Do the combo, go in. But if it's Wall of Being Drowning, we got powers for back row. This, like, man, Hazy's got options now, man. It's so crazy how a couple cards can just change the whole idea of the deck. I just think that it's gonna be interesting too, because there's like new skills. It's tons of stuff. And though my old mind says beat down, I think I'm gonna be ready for a change. Of course, Vassal's still good, my boy. Vassal's gonna get that Karibo. Karibo's gonna be more relevant than ever, especially in a meta where people are still trying to use Invoked, because they're gonna be using Karibo and Kite Roy to try to survive. So if we have a means to stop that, then, you know, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm curious to see how many people will do that too in a Duel Links meta tournament. Probably not a lot, my boy. So are we gonna enter a fire meta, my boy? If we enter a fire meta, then you know Alistair's gonna be here, because Alistair's just like, no, regardless of what deck you play, Alistair in. Like Alistair could be in your zombie freaking deck. But if your opponent's playing fire, that's just easy purgatorial and menacing of your opponent's graveyard. That's, you know, that's just gonna be like standard. So you gotta watch out for Alistair. You got to watch out for Viray. Watch out for freaking Alistair, Viray, and watch out for Desperado. Everybody else probably is gonna be a nice battle. Gonna be like good battle. Mostly everybody else, who knows? They come in, blah, the Dark Tower. Like miscellaneous and the Hurrituner engine is pretty nice for hazies. You said miscellaneous in the Harura? I'm not sure what that is. Duel. But I know miscellaneous might be. So if there's a fire meta, then there's going to be a fourth type of meta. Oof. So we are already a fire meta. and they're sliding in these new burn spells, and honestly, I feel like those burn spells are gonna be the new power of the Guardians. It's just gonna be random cards people play in their fucking decks, and you're gonna be playing against a maniac. They're gonna get your life points down. They're gonna Ukazi. I think people like Odeon, Trap Hail, Trap Nightmare, or whatever his skill is, where you take 200 every trap. I think Odeon's gonna run those burn spells. But think about it. If you're running those continuous trap monsters or whatever the case may be, and you're constantly burning for rando damage, if you ran 2 copies of Ukazi, that's 800 spell damage. That's pretty spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's easy to run, pretty spice. You know, that's a quick game. GG, be gone. You're out of here. Jester Confed is very good as well. Hazies cannot be karma cut, you maniac. Hazy Flame cannot be targeted. None of them can be targeted. And Bossil Trace can't be targeted if you bring him out with a certain amount of Xyz materials. So yes, you're not worried. No, I'm not worried about karma cut. And now you don't have to worry about your special summon monster getting karma cut. If you let's just say nothing changed and I didn't innovate the hazy deck at all, and it's the same hazy deck you remember from a couple years ago, where it's just special summon 3 monsters, beat down, game. Let's just say that was how the hazy flame was, right? You could break that combo by karma cutting the special summon monster. But you can't karma cut Griffin. Griffin can't be targeted. So Griffin, Paratron, Manicore, Hazy Sphinx, another monster, beat down, all of that went uninterrupted. You couldn't stop any of it. If the only back row was karma cut or treacherous or some shit like that. And that's gonna be even funnier when you put all that shit out and your opponent's got 2 monsters and they flip over treacherous. And it's like, oof. Oof. But yes, my goodness. We all maniacs in here, but the hazy flames cannot be targeted. That's the #1 benefit. And that's why people are gonna run it, because this is a targeting meta right now, which is ironic. Like, you know, they had to kill off the Sheer Nui. They like, man, we need these boys to do some Xyz. But I think it's just weird that you put hazies in this box. You only do Bossil Trace and you don't do any other rank 6 Xyz. And you put in a rank 5 Xyz and battling fucking boxers, man. Like, I don't know why they put battling boxers in. I feel like they should have put something else in it, but honestly, I don't care. They had to put the hazies in. Can Haze overcome Blue Eyes? I mean, of course they can overcome Blue Eyes, but again, you have to, it depends on the situation. If you have Hazy deck and it's based off of using your graveyard and they got Spirit out, you in trouble. If they got 2 blue eyes on the field or 3 blue eyes on the field and you got to clear all 3 blue eyes, you better have more than just your triple summon beatdown. You better have more than that. We've just reached 69.90 in our coins, my boy. 69.90 coins. As soon as Alexis hits her level up, I'm gonna go in on that on those coins, my boy. Yeah, or if nothing else, it'll be meta for a few weeks because everybody loves it. But then people will just get frustrated playing the deck because everybody's gonna start playing 3 Floodgate. And people who play 3 Floodgate are gonna hate themselves because they're gonna brick on Floodgate. And hazy players who play against 3 Floodgates are gonna hate themselves because their main combo monster keeps getting floodgated. And then they're gonna be disgusted. But have you forgotten already that the Hazy Flames does not have to rely on a normal summon anymore? Have you forgot, my boy, that the pillar has been risen so you can bait out the floodgate? You know, y'all that right. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And there's no fat cockadus to get in your way anymore. Crazy. The only enemy you got to worry about is non-targeting back row, like Floodgate, Wallaby, or Drowning. But that's why you're gonna have back row removal in the deck. So you know, or you got to plan back row removal in your OTK, which is possible because there's so many options right now with fire monsters. So many options. Go to your catalog of monsters and hit fire, and it's gonna be like super hot as soon as you hit fire. It's gonna be crazy. I swear to God, battling boxer meta, I kind of feel like would not even have a possibility or a chance if they didn't have that hand trap, because hand traps are just really good. And I feel like that hand trap is going to be the driving force for building that deck. And they got a couple monsters that have effects where they just won't die by battle or something like that. So you can protect it with a hand trap. It can be protected with its own effect. Make it over to the next turn. Then use it for an Xyz material. And then we got that relinquish Xyz. You know, it's basically to get that good suck going. So, you know, you got the relinquish Xyz. Fissure is going to be definitely needed, more prominent. It's like it's even going to be needed and prominent against something like Hazy, right? If your opponent just got, let's just say your opponent got Hazy Sphinx on the field. You got Ballista Squad, ain't going to work. You got Fissure, goodbye. Now let's say your opponent got Manticore on the field. You got Ballista Squad, ain't going to work. You got Fissure, that ain't going to work either because Manticore cannot be destroyed by your beauty spells. Plus, also, you got Fire Kings you can run with. It's going to be so many different ways to run it. A Hazy deck is going to be like a thumbprint, my boy. It just ain't going to be two that's the same. Finally, I get my revenge against this evil deck. Yes. Going to be pretty spicy. It's going to be spice. Gonna be spice. Alright, we gotta end this man's life because I got cheated last time. Alright, so so here's the question. If you give a chainsaw insect 2 axes, does the pinchers on his face turn to just 2 big ass axes now? And when he goes to hunt for his prey, he goes for the decap attack? That was an old school game, if you didn't know. No, Relinquish didn't get an Xyz. There's a rank 4 costs for Relinquish card. I mean card with Relinquish type effect. It basically says you can detach material, equip a monster to it, and take all his attack points or some shit like that. Some shit like that. Oh, you're not late at all, my boy. I just took off my shoes. Why did I tell you that? I don't know, because I was putting them over there. I'm just out here getting this money, getting this bread, dollars, chips, pesos, De Niro's. I ain't talking rock. Now what they should have did, low key, and listen, Konami should listen to me about this. I know about this. What they should have did was just went ahead and released the ultimate pack of nostalgia and open up a pack. It could be a main box or a mini box. Well, yeah, let's just say it was a mini box. Sylvans and Hazy Flame in the same box. They bring back Sylvans and they bring back Hazy Flame in the same box. That would have got people flipping their shit. People lost their minds. But I did listen to somebody yesterday. Damn, I can't remember them, what they were called. But basically, the point, one of the people that was talking on this podcast thing, the point the guy was making was that the Xyz monsters that they're adding into the game are already power creeps. And what he was saying was basically is that because they're already power creeped, he was like we're already getting weakened cards, and he was like, and that just kind of sucks overall. So what does that mean? That means, like, for example, battling boxers, there's a monster that says, you know, you can use it as an Xyz material, special summon it or some shit like that. But then the side effect is you can't conduct battle after it's summoned. It was like, well, why the hell would you even go through that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you waste your resources to do something like that for an effect that's just mediocre? You know what I'm saying? And that made a lot of sense. That made a lot of sense. So I think his theory of like already weakened Xyz monsters coming out makes sense for, I guess, the quote unquote long game. Because if they just dropped Galaxy Eyes on us on the first week, it would just be really, you know, overpowered. Nerex Clan, my boy. He says, do I like this? The Sigma? Oh, is that the level 5? Oh, Vylon de Sigma. Oh, yeah. Vylon de Sigma, that's the one that's the Relinquish. That's what I was talking about. That's the one that can give that good suck, my boy. That's a pretty spicy card. And I'm glad that card is out because it gives a lot of rank 4 decks more options. Of course, it gives Anamana play more options, and I'm not too excited about that. Because they don't really need anything else. I mean, they already got negate. They have control over their hand. You know, they can go into powerful cards, but now they can go into a good suck. That's pretty spicy too. Good job, my boy. Attacks for 69. Thank you, Chainsaw Insect. Made my day. Yo, DL, what's good, my boy? Just chilling here. Playmaker, what's up? Like, what a coincidence. It's been 3 years since the last Hazy box. Like, don't you think so, my boy? 3 years since the last Hazy box. Dang. Was the Hazy box the one that had Vassal in it? I remember I paid for Vassal out of a selection box. I remember I paid for Vassal. People was like, it's too expensive, dog. And I got a prismatic Vassal. That's why I need a prismatic Vassal Trace, my boy. I need it. Are you saying Konami released cards that were made for modern TCG first, which has crazy different power level before the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and expected the old cards to hold up still. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because the guy that was saying that yesterday, actually, let me tell you what I was looking at. Let me tell you the guy that was saying it yesterday was basically saying that Alistair the Invoker is a recent card, is what he was saying. And he was saying because Alistair's a recent card, he's like, I don't know if y'all know this. He was like, but Alistair the Invoker is a recent card. Ka-ching! Take that off my list. Alexis, give me my money. Thank you. Who else owe me some money? I think I can go get my money from Tristan or Cyrus. I think. Let me see who we got to get some bread from. But yeah, Alistair is a recent card. And let me see who it is. I'm gonna tell you who I was watching yesterday. See if they pop up in my shit. Just quickly going through my YouTube right now. My YouTube is a mess because I've been clicking on a lot of random shit recently. My YouTube is garbage now. I need to kind of go through. I've been recently unsubbing a lot of shit and like, do not show me this ever again type shit, because it's like my YouTube is turned to garbage. Has that ever happened to you? Your YouTube recommendations have turned to literal fucking trash. Has that ever happened to you? My YouTube is turned to hot garbage. Damn it. It's so weird. It's like, how did it get so bad? You click on one maniac thing and then YouTube's like, oh, so you're a bad man. Oh, so you like chaos. How about this recommendation? And this recommendation. And this one. No, YouTube, please. My eyes. I can't handle anymore. Don't worry about it. Here's 50 memes that you need to see tonight. Or Granny will die. No, YouTube, please. Have mercy. YouTube's like, never. I think YouTube is who introduced me to this movie called Samurai. I think it was called Samurai. Damn, I don't remember what it was called. But it was about a okay, this is an old movie back in the 80s. And you know, back in like the 80s and 70s, they had a lot of really weird action movies, you know? These are action movies that were made about all kinds of subjects, but they just had these muscle-bound white men playing all these crazy roles. Like, I don't know if you ever seen, I think it's called Big Trouble in Little China. And they had the guy who played Drago, I think, from Rocky. He was the the Asian the Asian division cop. Like, they had this specific group of cops that fought against Asian criminals and no other criminals. Like, this division did not cover any other crime except for Asian crime. And the reason why they put him on that is because he knew martial arts. And it's ridiculous, dog. Sometimes YouTube be sending me that kind of shit, and I'll be like, what the fuck is this? And I'll click on it. Then I'm like, oh, let me see if this is an actual movie. And then I'll look it up on like Amazon or something, and then I watch the whole movie, and I'm like, this was terrible, but this was hilarious. Yeah, here it is. I was watching Duel Links Entertainment. That's who I was watching. Duel Links Entertainment. That's who I was watching. Let me see these guys. Yeah, they got about like almost 5,000 subs. So if you go there and you look at their content or you sub to their channel, tell them YTDan sent you. But Duel Links Entertainment, that's who I was watching, and they were just basically just talking about the game. It was just more like casual conversation. They were talking about like an hour-long video. They were just talking about stuff about the new box. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny, my boy. My boy, it says amateur binds. He says, I have that movie. You know what I'm talking about, my boy. I know the premise sounds crazy. Some of y'all were like, what? What the hell are you talking about? But it's crazy. I watched this one movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Samurai Cop or something. It was just really weird. And the cop walks into the police station and there's a female secretary and she makes some kind of sexual innuendo towards him. And then he goes like basically, I'll give you the D, right? And then she's like, oh, you give me the D? Well, how big is it? He's like, big enough. She said, huh, doesn't matter how big it is. You can't take this down. And I'm like, what? What does that have to do with samuraiing or copping? Like, what is the scene? If I ever find that movie again, I gotta tell y'all about it. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy, my boy. She's like, it doesn't matter how big it is. You can't take it down. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I'm trying to explain this scene to my wife and was trying to tell them like, hey, like, have you heard of this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? And she was like, what are you even talking about? This man almost died. He had to use the extra life gem. Oh my God. How you gonna die with Nani? How did this happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? Maniac. How did you die? Or you want to see my triple D? I'll show you the one I was playing most recently. Right after this Duelist. You nut. Yeah, Duel Links Entertainment is legit. I haven't watched a lot of their videos, but I did watch that long conversation and it was pretty good. I enjoyed that long conversation. Oh, I watched the one about I watched this one thing about the wizard. It was like, I went to the magic man and I asked him. He's like, wizard, like what is your wisdom for your spell? Magic man looked at me. He was like, no. Oh my God, I be watching some crazy shit. Jay Easy, thanks for that membership, my boy. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be getting in there. That members only special, and you're gonna be supporting your boy. So I appreciate that, my boy. And you get them spicy emojis. Want to see the triple D Dark Side of the Benches. I use this on Destiny Draw, and I was using Beatdown too. This is pretty much the triple D deck that I've been using recently. Both I've used it both on Destiny Draw and Beatdown, and I think it's good on either one. I personally like Beatdown a little more because there's a lot of situations where you got to come in with Vice Typhon and 23 ain't hitting for shit, so you need that Beatdown. But outside of this, you know, I would recommend in this meta, if nothing else, if you made this deck and you just like, oh my God, there's some things you can just go without. I say 2 Gus High King Alexanders is a must, and I would say 2 Beowulfs is a must, because sometimes you want to risk the biscuit and throw a Beowulf out and he just might get a back row clear, and that's great. And then sometimes you want to just throw out the Gus King Alexander and go for game, but he'll get thwarted, and then you'll have another, and then it'll be GG. And you can always have 2 Gus Kings on the field and 1 more triple D and have 2 monsters swinging at 6,000. It's crazy. I use that on the ladder all the time, my boy. I use it on the ladder all the time. I just use Lance because, you know, Lance I feel like is a little bit better than Cosmic Cyclone if you're playing an OTK deck and it's a combo oriented deck, because Cosmic Cyclone is great, sure, but Lance, I don't know. Lance is just more versatile. For a deck that doesn't run back row, now you have back row that can counter your opponent. For a deck that, you know, is running back row that can counter you, you can counter that one card. You know, and since stuff targets, there's a lot of 1-for-1 bullshit. And if it's 1-for-1, Chalice works just fine. But that's my personal preference. A lot of people like Cosmic, but that's just what I like. What am I doing? This isn't the whatchamajig. No, I already got my money from her. Actually, I'm wasting it. I was not even supposed to duel you. I wasted the duel. No. You're not supposed to get any more duels. I don't want your swing of memories. I'll take those little points though. I think I'm gonna check out. Let's see what we got here. In case you didn't know, I have a list. I have a short list of everyone who owes me gems within the next level. And I'm trying to get to 5,000. Cyrus is at 300 and he needs a little work. Let me see. Who else is on here? No. Yeah, I gotta go back to you. Oh, Merrick is nearly done at 250. Merrick! Merrick! I don't have to do that. I can just go in here and do it. So I remember when aliens used to be cancer. Karma cut. Allow me to introduce myself. Allow me to introduce myself. Bonjour. Bonjour. Pretty much. I mean, right now, Desperado's the one that's going bonjour. They be like, this deck's gonna be meta, Desperado's bonjour. You're like, uh-oh. I was gonna put on a shadow game or something, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I think I'll do life point booster. Yeah, life point booster. Give me a better chance of surviving. Better chance of surviving. Yeah, we can go back to the castle. This cut is overrated. My float decks. Hey, we all float down here in the graveyard or in the bandit zone. Honestly, Karma Cut, man, I really like Karma Cut, but since everybody's playing Karma Cut, it really just feels kind of meh, pretty much. Because think about it like this, okay? Everybody's rocking this Karma Cut. It creates this weird back row economy that's like, number one, it's got the back row is always going to be a cost, right? It's either a cost from the field or a cost from the hand. So it you would think certain decks it would end games pretty quick because they burn out on cards. Man, this guy's got Magic Cylinder and didn't even try to use it. Oh, you're a maniac. I mean, I would have said just for the culture. But you know, I mean, I kind of hate it when it's like I hate anything in these games that are uniform. Like I really feel like the variety is the spice. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, I feel like there's like, you know, so many cards in the game. I feel like everybody should have some way of innovating and should be doing something spicy. But the problem is everybody doesn't think like that, and the only people who really think like that are rogue duelists and champions. So if the only people out here trying to innovate is rogue duelists and champions, and everybody else is running cookie cutter decks based off of what they see is more successful, I kind of wonder, like, you know, as duelists, what do people value? And some people only value victory, and that's fair. Nothing wrong with that. You know, this the same thing like people go to work and do a job every day, you know. They value bringing home that paycheck. But some people value taking a risk and going out there to get the big reward. So they open up their own business. Those are the rogues of the business world. You know, people who go get regular jobs, that's the meta. The meta is go to school, go to college, finish that shit, get a job in your field. That's the meta. But the maniacs, I'm gonna open up a business. I'm gonna put my skill to the test and do a business. They like, what? You're gonna do a business? Like you're gonna put your job in your own hands? You're gonna refuse health insurance? You're gonna refuse a solid paycheck? You're gonna lean on your own too? You're a madman. I may be a madman, but madmen get madman rewards, and it turns out that they do sometimes. But also, you could take the ultimate L. Not to say you can't take the ultimate L of the job, because same token, your fate is in the hand of another person. So they just decide, oh, this corporation's out of business. Well, the shit. Fuck. There goes my job. Or, hey, this whole job was a scam. Well, shit. There goes my job. Or, hey, we don't have any money to pay you. Sorry you worked for 2 weeks. Peace. I'm going to take all the cash to an island somewhere. Fuck you. Or, hey, there's 1 million people that can do the job that you do, so we're not going to pay you shit to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's rogue style exists everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's a meta to everything. Like, that's something, like, when I found that out about life, that's one of the reasons why I never dropped Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I was like playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I don't know when it clicked in my mind that there's a meta game for like dating, work, school, everything else. I didn't realize that there was a meta game until I sat down and understood Yu-Gi-Oh. And I know that sounds real crazy, and other people might, you know, might not have had the same kind of epiphany that I had. But when I realized that there was a meta game to life, I kind of started getting some dubs, like, no lie, because you just understand how the game works, and then you make your moves. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't understand that it's just like this. If you don't understand you're playing checkers, how can you win at checkers? If you don't understand you're playing chess, how can you win at chess? If I say I challenge you to a duel, you say sure, and you bring your Yu-Gi-Oh cards and I bring a fucking fencing sword, somebody's gonna lose, and it's probably not gonna be the man holding the fencing sword. You know what I'm saying? Because you misinterpreted what I said when I said duel. Or I say let's duel, and I show up with a fencing sword and you show up with a pistol. Well, clearly someone's up on the meta. Clearly someone has some knowledge of the meta game, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Clearly. So you gotta have that knowledge, my boy. You gotta have that knowledge. And you get it just, you know, living life and shit. But when you figure out, oh shit, there's a meta game. Oh man, I wanna get a girlfriend. What? I gotta straighten myself up and look presentable. I can't be coming out here looking like a bum. Well, damn. I remember I had this friend back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. I had this friend back in the day, and he did not do anything with his physical appearance. He never put on we dark skinned, right? We dark skinned black. Like, I put lotion on before this stream, right? I don't have no ash. Literally right here, okay? I put lotion on. I'm dark skinned. I'm black. If I don't put on lotion, I'm gonna look like I've been playing in powdered donuts. You know what I'm saying? So my man's same way. Dark skin, black. He looked like he been playing in powdered donuts. You know what I'm saying? And I say to him, like, man, why you be trying to holler at these girls all the time and get mad when they reject you? And he said, because somebody gonna say yes eventually. And I said, well, that's true, but they don't have no reason to say yes, because, you know, you look kind of crazy, bro. And he goes, man, and this is what he said to me, and I'll never forget it to this day. I thought it was the most backwards logic. He said, man, if these hoes can't accept me at my worst, they damn sure can't accept me at my best. I'm like, what? I'm like, don't nobody know what your best is. Cause you come out here looking ashy, disheveled, tired, all the time. And this wasn't college, actually. Dan, the computer broke. This wasn't college. So he said that, hey, he didn't understand the metagame. He does not understand the metagame. That's the only thing I can say. He didn't understand the metagame. If he understood the metagame, you know what I'm saying? He'd been more successful. But it's like, when you keep going up to these girls expecting them to say yeah, and then they be like, no, because you look crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, it's like think about it like this. You're not at your, somebody accept you at your worst. Your worst is you not giving a fuck about your outward appearance. That's not your worst. That's laziness, bro. That's real talk. That's not your worst. Your worst is, I got up this morning, I put on some lotion, I brushed my hair, I put on some decent clothes, and I'm going out here to do what I gotta do to survive. But, you know, I'm making myself presentable, okay? You going out on the mission to go talk to these chicks, and you put in zero effort. Like you putting in zero effort is not your worst. That's being lazy. Now, let's say you put in some effort, right? And let's say you don't have a lot of money, right? Let's say you broke, but your clothes don't look the freshest. They don't look the newest, but you take the time to knock the wrinkles out. You take the time, like right now, I got COVID hair, my boy. Look at my shit. I got COVID hair in my dreads. I haven't had my hair done in a long time, but I get on here at least before the stream and go, and try to, you know, make myself presentable. I'm definitely, quote unquote, not at my best, but I put in some effort. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by that. And I'm only saying that because when I used to be younger, when I was like a preteen, I used to walk around with the nappy head and the ashy knuckles. And my older brother, he's 7 years older than me. 7 years older than me. So I'm 14, he's 21. And he was like, bro, you can't be walking around with a nappy head and that disheveled look. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, ain't no girls gonna wanna fuck with you. And I said, I don't give a fuck about no girls. I literally said that to him. I don't give a fuck about no girls. He said, you will. And he was right. He was right. I did eventually. Eventually I cared. But at the time, no, I did not. He said, you will. I was like, you don't know what I was like, you don't even know what's going on, man. I got these cards, right? I got these cards, right? You like, you will. He was right. He was right. But at the time, I didn't care. I didn't care. You will. And honestly, that was around the same time I told y'all that story about how I broke up with my girlfriend because she said she was coming to the mall to play Yu-Gi-Oh and got mad that I was actually playing. That was the same time. I didn't give a fuck. And then when she was like, I'm not fucking with you no more because, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh thing, it caused me to kind of sit back and like, am I the asshole? Like, this is before Reddit, you know? Am I the asshole, Reddit? I had to ask myself, you know, you didn't have the benefit of Reddit. Now it's like, back in my day, didn't have the benefit of Reddit. I had to ask myself, am I the asshole? Then I realized, no, I'm not the asshole. The women are the problem. and then there you go. So I didn't give an F about no girls. That puberty was about to hit this man harder than a trucking. Oh no, trucking! Oh, I don't give a fuck. My brother used to say that shit to me all the time. You will. He would just leave it at that. Leave it at that. Cause by the time I was like high school, I was in there. I was wearing my brother's Fubu hand-me-downs. I wore a little chain. I was trying to be fresh, my boy. Getting into fights and shit. Trying to protect their honor. Oh, I was terrible. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story at a time. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you the story about the time I tried to protect a woman's honor for no reason. I was in high school. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. It literally, for me, I'm gonna give you, before I tell you the story, I'm gonna tell you, hindsight's 2020, net zero for this action. Zero. I got nothing for this, okay? I didn't get a single thing, all right? I didn't even get the fucking mental stimulus of she likes me. I didn't even get that, bro. So now I'm gonna tell you what happened. High school, 9th grade. I traveled very far away from our neighborhood where I went to high school because my uncle got murdered at the high school that was in my neighborhood. So I was afraid to go to that high school. So I went to a high school that was literally across town. I'm in this high school. Nobody knows me. And during middle school, people would try to bully me, but I was crazy. So I would be fighting back. And eventually they leave me alone because I stood up for myself, but it took a long lesson and a couple of bumps before I started standing up for myself. You know what I'm saying? But by the time I got to high school, I had to meta down. Like, somebody fuck with you, you fuck them up, and then they don't fuck with you no more. So, but again, you might not be able to do that these days, so don't listen to that advice. But, so I get to high school, and there's this girl that I really liked her. I don't know why I liked this girl. I really liked her, right? But, yeah, Fubu, my boy. For us, by us. It was a sweater vest. I'll never forget, it was black. It was a black sweater vest with white and orange trim over the shoulders and the neck. All right. So I was wearing this actually. And I go and I'm in high school and we are in biology. And there's this girl that I really liked her. And I think the only reason I liked her was for reasons that was like my brother said, you will. And basically, there was a class bully. There was a bully. And the bully is throwing paper at this girl. He's messing with this girl because she wasn't wearing no Fubu or nothing. Ooh, pot of grief. She wasn't wearing no Fubu or nothing. She was one of those like poorer kids that was wearing like, whatever mom could afford. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like in high school, and of course you guys know, but in case we don't have Americans in the chat, but in American high school, especially in the impoverished areas, there's a hierarchy of, cool kids who wear name brand stuff and not cool kids who don't wear name brand shit. That's just a thing. She was one of those people that was non-name brand. The outfit, she was wearing these overalls, okay? I remember they were overalls specifically because, now this is gonna sound unbelievable, but right here on the overalls, our overall strap, okay? Right here, it literally, the brand was named Garbage, okay? Garbage. And it was right here. So people were calling her Garbage, and so that's why the guy was throwing the paper at her, because she was garbage, throwing paper at her. And I really liked her. Like, I did the TV bullshit, like Valentine's Day came and she was the locker next to me and I was being Mr. Simp. She couldn't get into her locker because she was a klutz and would forget her lock combination. But she told it to me, so I knew it. So she's like, Dad, can you unlock my locker for me? And I'm thinking, hey, she must like me. You know what I'm saying? So I unlock her locker for her and shit. Motherfucking Valentine's Day came around. I unlocked her locker, surprised her, and put a bunch of Rite Aid Valentine's Day bullshit in there. She opened it up and was like, meh. Didn't care. I wasn't up on this metagame. I didn't know. I wasn't up on this metagame. But again, this is very young very young YTDan. So to go back to this story, she's getting paper thrown at her, and I'm sitting next to her and throwing the paper at her, and it's and she's one of those people that at this point she was so upset about being bullied, right, that she was doing the thing like you're crying, but you're like trying to hide it, but you're trying your best to keep a straight face. You're trying to show that it's not affecting you, but I'm seeing her shaking, tears welling up, and I turned around, and it's the most badass thing I ever said in my life. I never said this before. I turned around, I said, throw that paper at her one more time, and I'm gonna beat your ass. I said it just like that, and I said it loud enough for everybody to hear it. So to the bully, it was shocking to fucking hear that. To me, it was shocking to fucking hear that. And to the teacher, it was shocking to hear that. My teacher, Detroit Public School teacher, y'all take that shit outside. Not Dan, chill the fuck out, or hey Dan, what's going on, or hey dude, you know, why you throwing paper? None of that. None of this. Just y'all take that shit outside. She just fucking done. I mean, he just fucking done. So class ends, right? Now I'm gonna tell you like this. This is how we're separated, my boy. Okay, look. We're separated like this. All right. Locker A is where I am. Locker B is where he is. Okay. Quite literally, Nani? The chat box exploded. And also the game is freezing. Okay. I'm like, all right. So slot A, slot B, we're there's distance between us both. Now, even though I'm quote unquote playing cool, like I'm a cool guy, your real personality shines all the time, no matter who you try to be. You know what I'm saying? Your real personality comes out. So people kind of knew, oh, Dan must be a geek, he must be a dork or whatever. So I had that title even though I was trying to be cool or even a badass, right? And his friends was like, don't take that shit from Dan, he a bitch. Go fuck him up. Go fuck him up. And he didn't want none, because for me to come at him like that, I must be a mad fucking man. You know what I'm saying? He don't want none. I'm at the locker, same dudes that's riling him up, same type of dudes riling me up. Go fuck him up. You told him you was gonna get him. Go get him. Da, 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 da. No, I didn't want no smoke. I didn't want the smoke. He didn't want the smoke. Neither one of us wanted the smoke. Neither one of us wanted it. We did not want to fight, but everybody around us, do it, do it. So he came up on me. He came up on me, man. He came up on me. And I mean, and like you said, it's the JoJo episode. No, this man approached me, man. He approached me. And when he approached me, I knew what was up. I knew that at this point, his friends had riled him up way too much. He was coming for me, and there was nothing I could do because I opened the door by threatening to whoop his ass. So now I'm like, holy shit, I have to fight this man. And he was like a rough looking, like, you know how you see a rough looking man and that's scary? He was a child, just like me, and he looked kind of rough. So I was, terrified. He comes up at me, and it's, menacing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming at me. And he came up to me, and yes, peer pressure, my boy. That's peer pressure. He came up to me, my boy, and he went to do the shoulder thing. Now, if you don't know, this American schools or maybe hood stuff, I don't know. But they do this thing where you lock shoulders and you walk around in a circle. Like you lock shoulders and you walk around. It's kind of like this. You kind of be like, what, by locking shoulders. But he came at me to do that shit, and I was not about to do that because I wasn't about to let him fuck me up. So I attempted to OTK him. I tried to one-ton Gyu because I figured if he was knocked out, he couldn't beat my ass, right? So when he came to bump the shoulder, I hit him as hard as I fucking could. I hit him hard as I fucking could in the face. I hit him as hard as I could. And I hit him, and he had some life points left. He had the life points left, my boy. I had to end my turn. People in the background, misplay. Oh my God, fucking misplay. You can hear it in the background. Cause I was genuinely afraid. And I hit him. But when he swung back at me, I swear to God. He swung back at me. And I happened to move a little bit to the side. I happened to move. Not like it was some swift out cold dodge like I'm a badass. He punched at me and I flinched to the side. I didn't want to get fucking hit. And he hits the locker. This is the locker. He hits the locker. That bitch went clink. He punched the locker so hard that the lockers came off the fucking hinges and folded in. And when I saw that, something in my mind, ultra instinct, something in my mind unleashed. And I was like, I have to fight or he's going to kill me. So I was like, basically like, and I was going in. At that point, I had already fought the craziest fight I ever fought in my life. So I was, I definitely knew what I was doing. So I just started going in. Why? And then he was like, if you think about boxers, I was more of a guy that, I was dealing a damage from a few hits. You know what I'm saying? I do combos. This guy was definitely an OTK dude. The second punch he swung wasn't as powerful as the first one that broke the locker, but it connected with your boy right here. I never forget that feeling. When he hit me right fucking here, I felt like, how you see Mortal Kombat, you see the bone and the bone break? He hit me in the jaw and I felt my shit dislodge. I felt it like go off. I was like, oh, my shit was like knocked. I was like, oh, like something happened. It popped out. And I was like, oh shit. And so we're going at it. We're fighting, we're scrapping. And I'm just hitting him in his face as many times as I can. Like he's hitting me everywhere, but I'm just like hitting him in his face, trying to fuck him up. Like I'm trying to take away his will to fight by hitting him in his fucking face and his fucking stomach. I'm trying to make him say, I don't want no more smoke. I don't want to knock him out. I don't want to kill him. I just want to make him stop trying to hit me. At the end of the day, my friend who was held back a couple years, which is I find kind of interesting in this story. Like he was supposed to be a senior, but I think he was in 10th grade and I was in 9th grade. And he comes up, Dan, it ain't worth it, bro. You one of the good ones. Get back. It ain't worth it, bro. One of the good ones. What the fuck that mean? But he's telling me to get the fuck back. And they broke it up. And I was fucking mad as hell at that point. Cause I was just like, I was heated. The adrenaline was pumping. And then in the back of my mind, like, I know I'm about to get that booty now. Ew, yeah. I'm literally fighting for this chick. Go to the principal's office. I hear him in there. Like he's bawling, crying, telling the principal that I bullied him, that I fucking forced him into this situation. And because how fucked up he looked, because he looked very fucked up, because I kept hitting him in the face. So he was all bruising up. Plus he was like lighter skinned than me. So he was kind of bruising up. You know what I'm saying? But I just wasn't looking as wounded. But I was hurting. My body was hurting. My jaw was rocked. My mouth was hurting. My lip was fat. Like I was hurt. Like I didn't come out the shit unscathed. But definitely he looked worse than I did. Which is like, I don't even know. Like honestly, I feel like we both lost. We sat up and we wrote down what happened on a piece of paper, which is like, I guess you're both writing your story down. And I wrote down what happened. He wrote down what happened. Of course, he omitted the paper thing, but you know, he basically said he threatened to whoop my ass, and I was trying to defend myself, and everybody was saying we had to do it. So, but we both wrote, the only thing that we both wrote in there that was the same was, I didn't want to fight him. This is how I know that he didn't want no smoke and I didn't want no smoke. Because we both wrote down, I didn't want to fight. I had no intention of fighting, but I was pressured in it by my peers, basically. We didn't say pressured by our peers, but we said everybody was telling us to do it, so whatever. So the counselor sat us down and they both talked. And they was telling us, you know, boys, you know, it come a time when you're coming down and it's hard to be young men and being black, and you know. And they you know, and the counselor really took his time to point it out, like why we was both wrong and how we should just shake hands and let bygones be bygones and move on from this, and we should just forget about it. His mom came down, and in context now, because back in the day I didn't know this. In context now, his mom was just a hard-working black mom, probably had a job as like a nurse or some kind of professional job. And she comes down to the school, and you know she's furious. She's like, I be sacrificing, doing all this stuff so you can have what you have, and you out here doing this crazy shit. Wop, wop, wop. She fucked him up. It's crazy. She was going nuts. She was going ham on him. But my dad came down and he looked at him and he looked at me and he said, I'm gonna give the boy a stern talking to. I said, oh shit, I'm about to get the fuck beat out of me. That's what I thought was about to happen. My dad puts me in the car and he was like, are you winning, son? And I was like, yes. Let's go get some ice cream. And I was like, oh, all right. And that's the end of the story, my boy. Now, what happened to old girl? I chased her for 4 years. This happened in 9th grade. I chased her for 4 years. Prom come around. I was up on the metagame. And I was like, I ain't gotta fuck with you. I got a girlfriend who go to another school. And it wasn't even a lie. It was the truth. And we broke up. So now I'm single. Cause I felt guilty. Cause what did I do? I felt guilty that I talked to another girl on the phone. And I felt like I cheated on her. And I remember I was like, I cheated on you, girl. I remember I said that shit. Again, didn't understand the metagame. But I was up on game, but I didn't understand the metagame. I talked to another girl. Just loyal. Oh my God. High school. But anyway, what happens is we get to the prom. The literal prom. I am in a tuxedo. I am there with a different girl. Every girl that I talked to, messed with, thought I was cool, all asked me why didn't I ask them to go to prom. And I said, I thought you was going with somebody else. And I said, I wish I had known because I would have went with you. Because I did not have a good prom. My prom was terrible. But when she comes up to me and says, hey, why didn't you ask me to prom? I thought you liked me. I was like, no. I just refused to engage. Cause I've been chasing her for 4 years, man. 4 fucking years, bro. 4 years. And I never got any play. And I fought for her in the 9th grade and nearly was killed. So I knew from that moment on that I respected direct communication and openness about how somebody felt about things. And that was literally a deal breaker for me talking to any girl moving forward. And I would think that had a positive influence on my life looking back. But I was definitely like, no. Oh, no. I'm not going through this with these chicks. No. I'm not doing it. like, I'm like, how you gonna chase somebody for 4 years and get no play? But then the big, quote unquote, the big dance shows up and she's all, well, why you didn't talk to me? Cause I mean, you act like you didn't like me. So after that, you know, I was done with them kind of chicks and I started looking for different ones. But at the end of the day, what's crazy and what happened with the bully guy at the end, I'm gonna give you another what happened with the bully guy. We did not like each other at all, but we had respect for one another. We did. And nobody in that school ever fucked with me. Nobody tried to bully me. Nobody tried to harass me. Cause they was like, that dude Dan will lose his fucking mind. That dude Dan is crazy. Dan's insane. And that's what I wanted them to think, because truthfully, I was scared fucking shitless. I've seen crazy shit. Like, I saw a dude get stumped till his eyeball popped out. That shit was crazy. Like, crazy shit happening in my school. So I was afraid of everybody, but I didn't show it. And everybody thought I was a madman and I would just lose my shit. And you know, I shot first every time. I punched first. I did not let people punch me first because I was afraid that I had a glass jaw and I didn't want to find out if I had one. I did not want to take a full powered punch. Like, I just didn't want to see it, man. So that was me, man. I was in high school. And after that fight, actually, I never fought again. I never fought anybody else ever again. Never. Like, never. Never fought another person ever again. Never. Not to say I didn't get into situations with people, but I never had to fight again. I never fought again. Like, there was always confrontations or issues, but I never had to fight again. And that was just crazy. It's crazy that you got to fight at all as a kid, but you know, that's what's going on, man. Insane, bro. I literally did that. I went up to the biggest, toughest guy and I punched him in the face. I literally did, but not because I wanted to, because like my brother said, you will. He said, you will. And he was right. I did. I just gave a fuck one day. And I gave a fuck more than I ever knew that I could. Which is insane. Because when I look back on it, oh, I already got the money. I was supposed to stop. Damn. I'm telling the story. I didn't realize I already got the bread. Merrick! I'm crossing you off the list, my boy. Merrick's off the list. Who's next? Tristan? Let's switch to Tristan. I'm almost there. Look, I'm at 4,200 gems, my boy. I'm almost there. When I get them free fire humbug, I'm in there. Tristan's gonna cash me out. Cash me out, Tristan. Cash me out.
Tristan Taylor.
Yeah, cash me out, Tristan, boy. Cash me out, homie. Cash me outside. How about that? Said 9 out of 10 story. Would have been better if I got it. I know. But I didn't. No, ironically, I had no problem getting on in high school. I just had weird situations with that one girl I really liked for some reason. But I did not have a problem getting on in high school. Cause you know why? I had a car. which was not free, by the way. My dad made me pay for that car. My dad said, I'm gonna learn you a lesson, boy. I said, what? He said, I'm gonna get you a car. I was like, hell yeah. He said, but you can't drive it. I was like, oh. He was like, and you gotta pay insurance. I was like, what? And you gotta pay me a car note. I was like, huh? My dad had me paying at 14 for a car note and insurance on a car he bought for me that sat in front of my house and did not move until I got my driver's license. Then I could drive it with restrictions. But when I got my driver's license when I was 16, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, man. Back in the day, y'all remember Mike Jones? Who remember Mike Jones in the chat? Just tell me, who remembers Mike fucking Jones in the chat? I need to know. Who remembers Mike Jones? Okay, just tell me. You tell me who Mike Jones? Who Mike Jones? Mike Jones had just dropped his new hit single. Back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm hot, hoes all on me. Back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on. I said back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. And like an annoying asshole, I turned 16. I got my car. I had a recorded cassette tape. A cassette tape? What's that? What's that, you maniacs? It's an ancient tool to record these things called MP3s. Used it. Put them on there. Put these digital music files onto this cassette tape, okay? I used to go to school every day. Music cranked to max. Boom, boom, back then they didn't want me, now they all love me. Oh. I used to blast it every morning. My Jones! My Jones! Didn't care about none of his other songs. Still tripping on Phobos. Didn't give a fuck about that song. Only one I heard about was back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me. And I used to come up with that car, man. And then my car was red, super hot. I was getting pulled over like a motherfucker everywhere I went. Didn't even matter. I worked at Taco Bell. I didn't care. I could afford a ticket. I'm rich. I'm making $5.25 an hour. Hell yeah. I can afford gas and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Hell yeah. I go to CC's Pizza every night. Hell yeah. So my dad, he did teach me a lesson about budgeting and keeping my shit together. Definitely taught me a lesson. Definitely. That was a good dad move. And I will retain that for my son. That was a good move. I worked really hard to get the money up. I worked really hard to get to make the payments and all that shit. But when I got in that car, my boy, now look, all my African American brothers gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this. All my hood dudes gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this. All the dudes that's been living in the hood area that's not black is gonna know what I'm saying is. The Latino brothers, all of them, y'all know what I'm saying about this, okay? I got my black ice. I got my black ice air freshener, my boy. I got my black ice. Hung it up, my boy. Car smelling like black ice. Back then they didn't want me. Now they all on me. Back then didn't want me. Now they all on me. I said black ice is a hood air freshener, my boy. Black ice is a hood air freshener, in case you did not know. I got my black ice. You couldn't tell me shit, bro. I had a car. I had the black ice. My confidence was at maximum. And you know what I was doing in the car? I was like, my boys, get in the car. We're gonna go play some Yu-Gi-Oh. They were like, hell yeah. We go into the suburbs to duel. And we got in the car, my boy, in Detroit. We got in the car from downtown Detroit and rode across town to the suburbs and dueled all night. Wholesome as fuck, my boy. That's all I really want to do. Well, that and Smash. But you know, that's not what I talk about on this channel. I was like, get in the car. We about to go play some Yu-Gi-Oh. They was like, hell yeah. And everybody wanted old Dan to be their Yu-Gi-Oh pal. Because when I got my own crib, that's when shit really changed. Especially for the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and of course the Smash. And I ain't talking about Smash Brothers. When I got the crib, I would be like, everybody get in the car. We headed to my house to practice playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And I'm frying chicken. Hey! And after that, we going to the tournament. Hey! And when we come back, we stopping at 7-Eleven for taquitos and slushies. Hey! And you owe me a super rare. Give me a $5 super rare for gas. I used to take $5 super rares in lieu of gas. You could give me a $5 super rare in lieu of gas money. In lieu of gas money, you could give me the $5 super rare, my boy. I was down for that. I was down for that. Did I care that my boys came to the crib and we fry up a whole bag of chicken and smash it? No, I didn't mind throwing down in the kitchen for my boys. I didn't mind. I thought it was cool. Everybody come to my house. We all eat some fried chicken. We all ate the chicken at my crib, so now we don't need to eat when we out. Now that's even more money for Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought, you know, and the more cards they got, the more cards I got. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was just a win-win. They used to be so hyped, man. Now low-key, those are some simple times, my boy. Those are some simple times. Those are some simple fucking times. It was like, what you doing today? I ain't doing shit, bro. What you doing today? Oh, man, I'm trying to go hug up with this chick. Man, you out here caking. You ain't talking about going to regionals. Ooh, regionals on this baddie. Oh, Lord. You know what? Fuck that bitch. Let's go to regionals. Hey. Oh my God. We had so much fun, dog. It's so much fun, dog. And not like my apartment was big. Like, so many people was in my apartment. Definitely was beyond the capacity of how many people should have been in my shit. But that was, you know. It was fun, man. That shit was crazy. Let's go to regionals. Hey! And I was like, hey, my boy, I got this new deck. What you talking about? It's called Gladiator Beast. They was like, man, that Gladiator Beast deck ain't shit. The only thing I'm playing is with Light Swans. And then I was like, War Chariot? They're like, impossible. All the Gladiator Beast, Heraclinos, negate. They're like, no way. It was getting real crazy because I was out here beating them to death with gladiator beasts, and they was playing light swarms. Got real competitive. Then we started going to regionals and shit. That's when, like, I was most competitive during GX era when gladiator beasts came out. That was when I was most competitive. But I was still kind of learning the game. But that was like the most competitive that I was. Like going to tournaments every week and da 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 da. Yeah, life was great, man. I mean, not to say life isn't great right now. I mean, life is wonderful right now. You know, outside of COVID and stuff. But those times were times that, you know, the innocence of that time. You know what I'm saying? That's never coming back. That's never coming back. I would feel guilty if I woke up I would get up at like 5 a.m. to start my day. First thing I would do is take a look at my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I looked at them right before I went to bed. I look at them one more time. And I would get up, get ready for the day, and I would head down to Wayne State, and I would hang out at Wayne State all day long, talking to girls, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, not necessarily in that order, trying to play Smash Bros and other competitive games, playing Street Fighter, playing Capcom versus SNK 2 on the arcade stick. I used to do that all day fucking long, all day, all fucking day, every day, all day, every day. Oh, it was nice, my boy. So when the Hazy Deck drops, it's gonna drop tomorrow, my boy. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. I'm not gonna miss tomorrow. I gotta get this bread for right now. My boy. And then we would go to McDonald's and get the big and tasty for 99 cents. How many of y'all know what a big and tasty is? It's fucking disgusting. I used to call it the big and nasty. But it was like a quarter-pound big ass burger. It had a ton of mayonnaise on it. I would get no mayonnaise. And I would get a big and tasty. I remember, like, this dude came to me one time, was like, bro, I'm hungry as hell right now. And he was like, but I ain't got no bread. Hey, Dan, can you hook me up? I said, well, I can't hook you up and give you nothing for free. But I mean, you got a Donzalug? At the time, Donzalug had to be like $15, $20. And he was like, Donzalug? I said, yeah. You got Donzalug? He said, yeah. So, well, how much you give me for me? I said, $5. He said, $5? I said, $5, take it or leave it. Dude was so hungry, he gave me a Donzalug for 5 bones. And I was like, Mystic Tomato, creature swap, last will, Donzalug. One light, one dark, black luster soldier, smacky, smacky, and tacky, yapagarasu, spaka, baka, baka. Oh my God, ancient times, my bro. Ancient times. Mayo is gross when it's on a McDonald's burger. Cause you know it's McDonald's mayo. It's disgusting. So you love that thumbnail, my boy. I'm glad you like it, my boy. I actually put some effort into that thumbnail. A lot of my thumbnails for the stream, I stopped putting effort in because it kind of didn't matter a lot. You know, what matters is people recognize what it is, you know? Oh, this is a live stream, you know, whatever. Because people would click on it. Like, I was hating people would click on my live stream and say, nobody wants to watch a freaking 4-hour-long video. My God. Well, according to analytics, actually, people do want to watch that shit for some reason. And it boggles my mind. But, however, I was like, let me just make sure people know that it's a live stream so that I don't get that stupid ass comment. And, you know, I don't get that comment anymore. Now it just says live on the front. But I put some extra effort into this one because, I mean, real talk, I had to farm, man. I need 5,000 gems. This is a mini box. I don't really care, about everything in the box. And golden apple, bruh. But you better finish him off, bruh. All right, you're gonna have to do something about this. Don't he play Mass Beast? Ah, Tristan. How can you let this madman play Golden Apple on you? Golden Apple, you maniac. You maniac. Tristan, you let this man play Golden Apple on you? Golden fucking Apple. Tristan. I can't trust you with nothing. Oh my God. No! Tristan, you fool! Damn. So I was a Pokemon guy before before my friend put me on Yu-Gi-Oh. Said you were the only people, says you were one of the people my friend said I should recommend watching, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad that your friend recommended my boy. I'm glad y'all out here giving IRL recommendations. I appreciate that, my boy. I'm glad you showed up. Well, I mean, actually, I put it like this, and I'm glad you made that comment, Jacob. Streams were bad for my channel, but something changed on the back end, and my streams started being recommended. My streams weren't being recommended at first. When YouTube changed their algorithm up and showed like what was up, my videos are being recommended. No one was clicking on those, and my streams were not being recommended according to my analytics. But then at some point, something clicked, something happened, and my streams just start getting recommended. So when I figured out, oh, they're recommending my streams now, and then now the analytics, as you probably know, you can look on the back end and they got the fancy little design. It's like, oh, this is what like we're showing people, and this is what you come up against, and this is what we recommend. And then I asked my audience, what do y'all like? And then I figured out the whole thing about pretty much, I like to call it the home-based content. You know, like YouTube ranks your shit for the world based on what your subs say. And 70% of my subscribers say all I want to see is streams, basically. So I start streaming more often. And then when I start streaming more often and YouTube was getting the recommendations, they're like, hey, this guy's streaming like we want him to now. So now you're our streamer, because now being a streamer has become more prevalent. But back then, you know, for whatever reason, I don't know why, they just didn't send them. They just was not doing it. But then I got more data and they're like, you know what? We're sending them now. And then I was like, well, why didn't you send them before? They're like, listen, do you want to know why we didn't send them before, or do you want us to send them? Okay, I'll shut up. I'll send them. But that's the only reason I was messing with the streams. That's the only reason I messed with the streams, because the analytics kept telling me that they ain't like it. Not the people didn't like it, YouTube didn't like it for some reason. I don't know, it's strange. But now on my channel, and I don't know about this, but if I make a 10-minute video and upload it, it just doesn't get the same kind of pull as a 4-hour, 3-hour stream, which is weird. You know, it is weird, but you know, whatever. Like, YouTube is ebbs and flows, and I've learned that the less I think about it, the better I do. So I stopped thinking about it. Yeah, that is, Brad, that is true. They say, yeah, you're getting more views because, like, for example, YouTube sent me this dumbass message. It said, whoa, YTDan, you got more views and more watch time than ever by uploading more videos and doing more live streams. Isn't that crazy? I was like, yeah, YouTube, it's insane. Eugenia 6. Oh damn, I already got my money from Tristan. Stop. Tristan! And with that, have I achieved my goal? With that, I've achieved my goal. Let me see. Right now, yes. Oh no, I need at least 100 more gems. Who's got my money? Yugi. Do you have my bread?
Am I confident in my dueling? Not at all.
Yugi.
I must hone my
Oh, I already got my bread.
become a better duelist.
That's 250. Maybe Dark Side Dimensions Yugi. Am I tripping?
Do anything for
Oh, I already got that money. Damn. I'm running out of options here. Crow Hogan. Mr. Hogan. Do you have my money? Mr.
You
Hogan.
can count on me and my vehicroids.
Mr. Hogan. What am I doing? This is fucking GX. Oh, and Cyrus. Did I already get from Cyrus? Actually, that's why I was on Cyrus. Cyrus at 29 and Crow at 33. Cyrus would probably be faster.
You can count on me and my vehicroids.
Shut up, Cyrus. Nobody asked you your opinion. Whoa. Whoa. Former world champion Cyrus Truesdale. My old Madman deck. Like, check the duel school. Oh, my boy, the duel school. You're a madman. No, I didn't want the AI tilt. No, damn it. I meant to copy it to this deck, not copy the deck to the other one. Copy another deck to this deck. I mean, I could go to duel school and piecemeal those 15 things, but I could just auto duel and talk to y'all. I like talking to y'all. Ironically, I don't know if I can't speak for every YouTuber, but I do enjoy talking to y'all and reading the comments. It is enjoyable. It is very fun. So I don't know. I enjoy chilling talking to y'all. Oh, I ran out of experience boosters. I ran out, my boy. This is going for their each of them hazies, my boy. Oh yeah, we're going in there for them hazies. You need at least 4,500. So I want to just go ahead and just get that one. I got some low hanging fruit here, cause like right now I've got 3 characters. I got Cyrus, I got Callan, and I got Crow, which are close to gems right now. Honestly, Callan's actually closer to gems. Actually, when I think about it, because Callan is really low level, and my thing could go up pretty quick, honestly, because all I need is, you know, basically like the 10 more gems, but I need to level up anyway. That's like I really be putting that to the side. I know this sounds really strange, but I'd rather just duel. I hate this, and this is more fun with people. And since my boys can't come over and I can't fry up some chicken and make some fries in the oven, I guess streaming will have to do. You know what I'm saying? Used to be real nice, man. You know, our ritual, man. Tell me in the comments, man. I want to know your Yu-Gi-Oh TCG ritual if you had one, my boy. What was your ritual? Because my ritual was go to school and or work, meet at the school, Wayne State, meet at the rec center, go from the school to the tournament or whatever, play in the tournament all fucking night, play in the tournament all fucking day, and then leave from there, go to 7-Eleven, get some fucking taquitos and slushies, and maybe we went home for the end of the night and went to bed, or maybe we went our separate ways, or maybe we went, you know, whatever. But at the point where after we got taquitos and slushy, that was kind of like the end of the night. So let me know what was your ritual, my boy? We used to do that every Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. We used to do it every single weekend. So fun. And then still would go try to holler at some chicks. Still. All that and try to holler. On the phone caking at the tournament. Yeah, girl, you know what's up. Yeah. Yeah. All right, girl, I'ma see you tomorrow. That kind of shit. Oof. All that kind of shit. We used to do it every weekend, my boy. What was your ritual, man? What was your I got result booster. That's all right. I don't need result booster. The new box come out tomorrow. Tomorrow around 8 o'clock. Like go to school, duel at breakfast, racing the bell, do actual school, duel at lunch in a massive 8 versus 8 octagon table duel. That's old school, my boy. 8-man duel. We used to do that all the time. They used to be like, yeah, Dan, I don't like how you ate that big and tasty the other day and was stinking up the whole room. Oh, fuck you. I'm MST in your back row. No! Goblin attack, force attack, Dan. Bonk. Pass turn. That shit used to be so fun, dog. He said, come home, play Final Fantasy, and then build decks to take to school. Damn. He said, my brother and I got to the point where we were playing so much dang Yu-Gi-Oh that your turn and my turn would come up in our conversations. And that's spicy, my boy. So you ever holler at a Yu-Gi-Oh chick? Okay, listen. There was a couple Yu-Gi-Oh chicks. Oh, hold on a second. My boy Jeff. Oh! Jeff came through with that 1999. He says, always enjoy your videos, Dan. He says, happy to see your channel doing well. He says, much deserved. He said, you've been at it for a while, and here's some for the box tomorrow. I appreciate that, Jeff. I'm going right in with this box, my boy. I appreciate that. And so he said, have I ever messed with a Yu-Gi-Oh chick? I'm going to read some more comments, and I will tell you about the Yu-Gi-Oh chicks. I will tell you. Oh, I will tell you about the Yu-Gi-Oh chicks. Let me read some more of these comments. Boy, I start talking about that. He said, smoke weed every day. Uber eats, duel high as hell, laugh at misplays, and get annoyed at raid raptors. Actually, I never got that experience. That actually probably would have been dope. So lots of hentai, crying. My teenage years sucked. Damn. But at what point did you play Yu-Gi-Oh though? I don't mean to laugh at your plight, but you put a very narrow context here. At what point did you squeeze the Yu-Gi-Oh in? You know what I'm saying? If this sandwich only has 2 pieces of bread, was it right in the middle, on the top, on the side? Did you dip it? You know what I'm saying? What did you do? Oh my God. Them good old days. Said Friday night tournaments until 12 a.m. All of us split a $5 Little Caesars pizza across the street. You know what's crazy? Across from our tournament place was a CC's Pizza. I had never been to a CC's Pizza before. And it basically was $5 all you can eat garbage pizza. It was fantastic. They even had little apple slice bullshit. It was disgusting. Fan-fucking-tastic. Love fucking CC's, man. It was the perfect thing for a broke-ass duelist. Like, getting in there with CC's. Yeah, we can all do this fool. I gotta remember to go back about the Yu-Gi-Oh chick. I actually sold some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for decent cash back in middle school. Yeah, I was getting in there selling them cards too. I feel like everybody who had Yu-Gi-Oh cards definitely sold the cards. He said we used to duel during lunch, like that. Oh yeah, we used to duel during lunch like that too. But Magic and Pokemon didn't have Yu-Gi-Oh rituals until freshman year of college. Dang. Says I pissed everyone off. You said you never played in any tourneys. Said battle royale tables were fun. It says, but kept in mind we played in an era where Heavy Storm and Dark Hole was in every deck. Destroy the field. Nope, destroy the table. Yeah, and that was funny too because interpreting the rules of cards for 8-man duels where they weren't intended for was absolutely insane, my boy. Absolutely insane. So all I did through high school was watch Toonami and play video games and hentai. But where did you squeeze in the Yu-Gi-Oh? It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. Like Dan Dono had his own Gaia on stream. Said my own Gaia on stream. What do you mean? Am I missing? I think I might have misinterpreted this. Could Dan? Oh, Dan don't know. Oh, Dan don't know. Like, you know, Japanese style. Had his own Gaia on stream. I don't know what you mean by the Gaia part. I'm a little confused. But I got the spirit. Said, remember selling Machine King card? You sold a Machine King for $20. Who'd you sell it to? Bandit fucking Keith? Machine King? You're a bad man. The Yu-Gi-Oh was in his mind, my boy. Dark Magician Girl, though. He says, at lunch, he said, no, said, at my locals, there was all these 10-year-olds, and I was 17. I had money and an actual deck, so I would still go and smack them because I needed the prize support. Yes. Yes. We used to talk about that all the time. Like, let's go beat up some kids, dog. We used to say that all the time. Trying to go beat up some kids. Cause we was getting that prize support, dog. Trying to go, or my other friend would say, let's go shaft some kids. Cause you would trade them Blue Eyes White Dragons for Blackluster Soldiers. It was crazy. Oh my God. Rossville Costa, thanks for that membership, my boy. I really appreciate that. Getting in there. Oh my God, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, 8-man duels, crazy. Says we dueled during recess until a kid who kept losing cried to the teacher and they banned all card games. Yeah, that happens. That happens, unfortunately. Oh. You said Decayed with Gaia. I'm missing out. I don't know. Says I got jumped for my cards at school and was heartbroken. Oh no. Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah. Honestly, that's why my friend stopped playing. He was so disgusted with the Yu-Gi-Oh community overall from getting when he got stole from. He just said forget it. He just did not want to play anymore. Did not want to play anymore. I understand that. It's bullshit when somebody does that. It is some fucking bullshit, bro. I feel that. All right, I'm gonna use my boy. Rossville Costa's membership to mark myself in the chat so I can know where to go back to. But someone asked in a prior comment, they said, did I ever try to make a run at a Yu-Gi-Oh chick? Okay, here's the thing. For me, there were no Yu-Gi-Oh chicks. I was a high school kid playing Yu-Gi-Oh in a college environment when I first started to hang out with this group of guys. So they were a lot older than me and they had girlfriends and stuff. But there was a Yu-Gi-Oh chick. And it was a spicy drama. And some of those people do watch my stream sometimes. And I don't want to put all their shit out there. But suffice it to say, she was a Yu-Gi-Oh chick and she had them guns, my boy. And let me tell you, they were blazing. I mean, they were like like anime style. She'd be like this sometimes, all right? She had them guns, my boy. And they would all be tripping about it. And she played a Harpy Lady deck. I used to beat her up all the time. It used to be real funny. She's like, "Damn, how can I make my deck better?" I'm like, "You can't. You play Harpy Ladies." Oh, it said, Decade with Gia, his girlfriend. He said they met during the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm dumb. You meant Gia. Gaia, not Gaia, like Gia. I was thinking like Gaia the Fierce Knight. Yu-Gi-Oh brain. You meant Gia, like Decade's girlfriend. Yeah, I saw that video. She was talking about how she met Decade. Unfortunately, there were no Yu-Gi-Oh chicks, and there were no huzzah Yu-Gi-Oh chicks of quality, if you know what I mean. Talking about some 8 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s. There wasn't a lot of those around, even with the Yu-Gi-Oh class chick. So it was rough beats, as we used to say. That's rough beats, bro. We used to say that all the time. That's rough beats, man. But anyway, so this girl got into a bit of a drama because there's another Yu-Gi boy that she used to talk to, and she ended up leaving one Yu-Gi boy for another Yu-Gi boy, and it caused a lot of problems in our little community of duelists. It caused a lot of issues, a lot of drama, and I was a part of some of that drama because I was just around. You know how you're just around and you get caught up in bullshit, but it wasn't like it was like nefarious. Well, I mean, the actions that they were doing was nefarious stuff. Certain things was going down, but in the grand scheme of things, as being young men and women, we were just doing young men and women things. You know, we were living our lives, kind of thing. You know, not anything inherently negative. It was just, you know, we was living. Nani? I think this. Oof. There you go. I should have just landscape mode that a long time ago. I wasn't even paying attention to that. But yeah, them Yu-Gi girls, man. I never met a Yu-Gi girl. But basically, all the girls that I met, I would introduce Yu-Gi-Oh to them. That's one thing I did not do. I did not hide that I played Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of dudes hide they play Yu-Gi-Oh or try to cop something, and like I mentioned before, how my friend would say, if they can't see me at my, my worst, how can they look at me at my best? On that same token, I was kind of like, if you don't like me because I play Yu-Gi-Oh, well, I don't need to fuck with you, because clearly you're immature. Like, that's what I would think in my head. Like, you must be immature if you judge me for playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and your judgment is, oh, this guy doesn't have his shit together because he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I had my shit together. I had a car, I had a place, I paid my bills, had some money saved. I think I had my life together at that point. So, I'm looking for a girlfriend. Like, I was looking for a girlfriend, and if that's a disqualifying factor for you, I have a hobby. Well, fuck you. I don't need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And that was my philosophy about that. So I never hid that I played Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I didn't have like Yu-Gi-Oh cards like all over the floor or nothing, but I just had like, I had my space where I put my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It was like a little shelf, and it was full of cards. And the girl come over and say, "What is this?" And I say, "It's my hobby. It's what I do. I play Yu-Gi-Oh. What's that?" And then, is this a Pokemon? Is this Pokemon? Like, literally they all say that. And I'm like, "No, it is not Pokemon." And I would try to explain it to them. But not many girls were like, "Well, could you show me how to play?" Only a handful of girls said, "Can you show me how to play?" Each girl that said that to me, I made them my girlfriend, because I was like, huzzah, a woman of quality. And eventually one became my wife, and there you go. Okay, now I'm going back to recent comments. It says, I used to play a fish deck in high school where my level 5 monsters were considered, level 4, I guess, in the hand, with a certain field spell. And it says, and I wrecked everyone, and they thought I cheated. Yeah. That's old school right there. Since I was the kind of guy who would have all new cards at the moment. Oh, at every month, and then a month later says I give them away because I got bored. I feel that, my boy. I couldn't afford to get the new cards every time, so pretty much what I did was I always traded my stuff out right before the new box came, and I would constantly try to keep my stuff on the refresh. I used to do that too. I used to do that all the time. Oh my God. Let me go back and try to get some of these comments. So many comments now. But yeah, like female Yu-Gi-Oh players, that's a ghost rare. That is, no. Hot female Yu-Gi-Oh players is a secret ghost rare. I'll put it like that. We got over 10,000 coins. We're about to go in on this thing right now and see how many. All right, we got 10,000 coins. If I don't see a second copy of Blazing Mars, I'm gonna delete the app. I'm not really gonna delete it, but she was a Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Said she was a Yu-Gi-Oh. That's rough, dog. So I used to play a dragon deck in middle school, and a kid managed to grab all my cards from my backpack while I was away for physical education. I came back and all my cards were ripped to shreds. What? Man, I got one for you just like that. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! My little brother, and he would get so mad that I would use the Blackluster Soldier on him. He would be like, if we play, you can't use Blackluster Soldier. And, oh, there he is. The Blazing Mars. You had to give it up because I had 10K points. Basically what happened was, he got so mad I would beat him with Blackluster Soldier. He took my Blackluster Soldier and ripped him up and threw him in the sewer. In the sewer. He ripped it up and threw it in the sewer grate. Because he hated that card so much. Stupid. Just stupid. And we fought. We fought like savage maniacs. Oh, we fought. Oh, we fought. Oh, an ass whooping. Woo! An ass whooping. If there ever was one, my boy, that needs to be delivered, was delivered that day. Blackluster Soldier ripped up, thrown into a sewer grate, my boy. But every now and again, a Yugi girl would show up to an Inferno. Every now and again, a Yugi girl would show up to the event, and you'd be like, "Oh snap!" But what would be crazy is everybody would try to get on, so I wouldn't try to get on too. But I used to hit on the girl at the McDonald's, and I actually got with the girl at McDonald's, which was kind of cool, I thought. she had this really funny voice. She sounded like Whitley from A Different World. I thought that was cute at the time, but in hindsight, a little annoying. But yes, I got with the girl at the McDonald's. Like, yeah, I'm smashing. They was like, no, you can't. It's impossible. And I was like, yes, I have the ultimate prize. You know the fast food rules. When you cute and work at McDonald's or Taco Bell, you know they put you on the front register. They don't make you work in the back with all that hot ass meat. So had one of those. I was all like, yeah. Oh my God, crazy, man, crazy. Say goodbye to Exodia! Like literally is what he said about my Blackluster Soldier. I was so heated, bro. Oh, I was so heated. Oh my God, I was so heated. I remember I got in trouble one time and my mom took away my Pokemon cards and she put them up on like a high shelf. And they sat up there for so long, I forgot about. I wasn't even fucking with Pokemon anymore. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and what happened was, by the time I realized that they were still up there and went and got them, all the holographic stuff had like fallen off of the card, and it just like decayed. And I didn't even know that could even happen to a Pokemon card. But it was like really old cards back in the day. I think it was a Japanese Pichu that happened to, I think. So would you ever do a live stream during real life duels, like record a Zoom or do something? Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my plan for 2020. I wanted to do more live content and like shops and stuff and do that kind of stuff, but things didn't work out because COVID, you know. But that's something I definitely interested in doing. I just would have to figure out the logistics, but that's something I was trying to figure out anyway. But I don't know what the logistics are going to be like now, you know, with the whole situation of COVID and whatnot. So, you know, everything's kind of up in the air once COVID is over. By the way, somebody took a vaccine, the first vaccine today. Was some 90-year-old woman, and William Shakespeare also got the vaccine. He's the second person to take it. It was a 90-year-old woman and an old man named William Shakespeare. I'm not lying. Look it up. His name was William fucking Shakespeare. And on the comments of the YouTube video, somebody was like, "Man, this man waited centuries for the fucking vaccine." It's hilarious, my boy. Dude's name was William Shakespeare. Says, "How old are you?" He says, "I'll be 29 in 18 days. Says, "I was born in 91. Yeah, my boy. I am 30. Well, I'll be 34 this year. Or no, not 34. I'm tripping. 34 next year. I'm 33. Yeah, I'm 33. I literally had to think about it. Like, no one ever asked me my age, so I don't think about it a lot, but I'm 33. The Blazing Mars. Finally, a playset. And I'm just not running out of coins. I think right now, if I stop right now, all right, I'm stopping right now and I run out of coins, I think I've set myself up perfectly for a prismatic. The RNG has run through 10,000 coins and provided me with 2 Blazing Mars, and I have playsets of everything. So now I'm done with the tower finally. I have 4,500 gems. I'll get to 500 gems, and I'll have 5,000 gems, and I have 1 free box. Thank you. Truly, it will be a gift. And I feel like my RNG is up real good right now, so I'm not going to do anything else that can get me a card so I can get like a fucking prismatic donkey or something. So I think I'm good. He said 33 is young. He says, but you're forever 21 in our hearts. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what they say. Black don't crack. If you step on a crack, you break your mama's back. So don't step on me, because you see, I'm not going nowhere with this. I'm holding on. I hope that I get some RNG blessings and I can get a Hazy Flame Basil Trace tomorrow. That'll be pretty spicy. And get in there. Dan said, "Lend me 10 years of wisdom." 10 years of wisdom. I give you the best piece of advice no one ever said to me that's really important to hear. No matter who tells you, man. Hey. Like you, appreciate you, you're valuable, you're worth it, and you matter, man. And I'm proud of you. And that's important to hear. Outside of that, I mean, shit. No matter what it is you want to do, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. And that's not no Yu-Gi-Oh bullshit. That's some real shit. So that's the best thing I can give you, my boy. Because I don't know where you've been at or what you've been through. But that's the best universal advice I can give, my boy. That's the best I can give, my boy. So how does Trimiz do against Hazy Flames? Honestly, that might be a hard matchup if it really if it really starts to pile up. That's literally the best. That's the best advice I can potentially give anybody, because you never know what's going on. But real talk, you gotta hear that, man. Sometimes people don't hear that. But you gotta know, man. You're valued out here, especially as a young man. It is, and I say this all the time to my wife and other people. Nobody's out here talking about men and their mental health. Nobody's out here talking about men and what they need. No one's out here saying, hey, men, keep your head up. Hey, man, it's okay to, check on your feelings, get emotional, dig deep, think about and ponder on yourself. Everybody, it is a weird world that we live in, where all kinds of double standards exist for all kinds of people, regardless of who you are or where you're from. But I do notice, of course, that people don't care. Like some shit go down with a guy, and it's like, oh man, he must have been crazy. He must have been this. He must have been that. But something happened with a girl. They're like, oh, gotta get her all the help she needs. Ooh, she gotta get that help. What can we do? It's just the real talk, man. So, like I said before, men, eat your greens. I don't want to hear nobody on my chat dying from colon bullshit because you ain't been eating your greens, man. Eat your greens. Make sure you're getting more greens in your diet. Keep your health up. You know what I'm saying? You might not be a runner. You might not be an exerciser. Try to eat a little better. Put more greens in your diet, man. That's all I can say. I don't want nobody taking a trip to the graveyard early because they ain't eat enough leafy fucking greens. That's just bullshit. But I mean, but real talk, man. It's okay to be like, love you, bro. Real talk. And you ain't even got to say no homo because it's just real talk. Love you, bro. That's what's up. And sometimes you need to hear that because it ain't said. Like for example, when I lived by myself, I remember times when I was just living by myself and I was so fucking lonely and sad and nobody knew. You try to express yourself and say something, and depending on who you talk to is not well received. You might not have the best environment. You go on the internet and you find like-minded sad individuals and they keep you in a sad rabbit hole. It's okay sometimes to be sad and lonely, but real talk, if you feeling sad and lonely, you got to try to do something to get out of that. You can't just lay in the bed and remain sad and lonely. I made those mistakes being younger, but that's just real talk for men. You need that. You got to get out, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. You know what I'm saying? Do something. And back in the day, Yu-Gi-Oh was my doing something. So I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So I got sad, I got lonely. I get up and I go play some fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't have to be alone because I do got friends, and even if they weren't my friends, they play Yu-Gi-Oh with me. So I would get out and just do that. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. In these COVID times, real talk. I know it's been a minute, but here's some real shit, okay? And this is just my experience. I'm just telling you what happened the last year. I went on vacation with my wife. Wonderful, great. Got pregnant, okay? Wonderful, great. Then COVID hit. Now, all this kind of happened together, and because it happened together, I was kind of trapped in the house, if that makes sense, for the better part of a year. And I'm just including the pregnancy and the COVID stuff because it was just a lot of stuff all kind of rolled together. I've been in the house for a year with my wife, and it's tough being in one space and there's nowhere else to go. And it sucks, it really does. But I've learned to try to communicate a little bit better because we've been in here for a year, and if we ain't talking to each other, who are we talking to? You know. So we've been working on our communication. Not like we sat down like with a notepad was like 10 things we need to improve communication. Nothing like that. But it's just something that kind of happened. Like, you know, you're gonna bump the heads because you just been around each other for a long time. But if I was alone, for example, and I couldn't get out because of COVID, like what would I do? Like if I couldn't go nowhere, I would probably be trying to put myself in kind of some kind of online thing like this or some kind of Discord or whatever. But honestly, real talk, I would, like, knowing what I know now, I would try to stay as positive as I could, because it's easy to get caught up in your fucking feelings and go to the negative side. I know it's gonna sound real cheesy, but it's real easy. If you've been being neglected emotionally, ain't nobody, like, you feel like no one cares, and you get into a group and they start talking negative bullshit, it's easy for you to just be like, fuck, this is what it is, and there's nothing to change plus COVID. Fuck all this. It's easy to get in that headspace, real easy. But the trick is, if you can recognize that you are going down that path, then you can make a directional shift and try to do something different. But the whole key is realizing that, yeah, I'm going down that negative rabbit hole again. You know, it happens to everybody. You know, that's not unique to me or you or anybody. Like, if you are dealing with some shit, you can guarantee that somebody else somewhere is dealing with that same bullshit. You can guarantee. I got enough for a prismatic. I don't have enough for a prismatic. How do I not have enough for prismatic? This is me right now. Damn it. I don't have enough. But that's real talk. Also, here's another good life advice thing. Second best life advice I can give you. Learn how to cook 3 meals. Learn how to cook 3 meals. You never know where your expertise on knowing how to cook a meal will come in handy, besides feeding yourself, of course. But you know, like, you start dating a girl, you want to really impress her, do something special. This is a metagame move. This is a meta move. Why don't you come over to my place? I'm cooking dinner tonight. This is the metagame move. They come over to your place so you can cook the dinner, my boy. If you know how to make 3 meals, guess what? This is gonna sound really silly, but if you know how to make 3 meals and you're dating girls, right? There's no guarantee that these girls are gonna see all 3 meals. So if you know how to make 3 meals and you date a girl, at most you might have to cook 1, 2. If you get to cook 3 meals, the girl come to your house, you're willing to throw down on 3 meals, and she's come to your crib 3 times to get your home cooking. Man, you might have to wipe that one up, man. You might just be like, wait a minute, she might be worth it, my boy, or he, or whatever you do. But I'm saying, like, if that's your thing, learn how to cook 3 meals. If you know how to cook 3 meals well, don't have to be nothing fancy. Could be a chicken Alfredo, that's really easy. You know, it can be a fucking lasagna, it's really easy. You know, 3 meals, you the man. And don't fuck around and make it be a breakfast meal. Don't fuck around and do that. Hey girl, why don't you stay over tonight, cause I'm making breakfast. Don't fuck around and make it a good ass breakfast. Don't fuck it around and you specialize in making a banging ass dessert. Don't fuck around with that. Don't do that. You do that, it's gonna blow their mind. They're like, wow, this man made the best icebox banana pudding I ever had. This guy made the best chicken Alfredo I ever had. Girls love cooking men. My boy just, yeah, he put the comment down. Yeah, for real. Girls love cooking men. Like, if you know how to cook 3 meals, you a game changer, because there's a majority of men don't know how to cook anything. Like, and you be surprised. The thing about it like this, cooking is a utility that's just around the same level as a computer. You know how your granddad or some boomer grandpop doesn't know how to use a fucking computer, you know, doesn't want to use his credit card to buy some shit off Amazon, but definitely gonna click on the malware that's gonna steal his data. You know what I'm saying? Gotta know how to cook something, man. If you know how to, and then also if you learn how to cook, you're gonna end up saving some money. Cause the other day, I'll tell you, it's the experience I had at Taco Bell. I have not had Taco Bell in a long, long time. I went to Taco Bell. They had all this new bullshit on the menu. I just said, can I just get a sack of tacos? The sack of tacos cost $18 plus tax, bro. $18. I come home. I put the sack of tacos out. Me and my wife about to eat these tacos. We're tired as fuck because, you know, we've been babying all day. So we're just ready to eat any of the food. And we sit down and we open up these tacos, and man, I'm gonna tell you, these tacos was moist, wet, soggy, nasty, fucking lettuce nowhere to be seen, sloppy ass meat all over the place, cheese extra crusty. And I mean, you gotta eat it because you like, fuck, I spent $18 on it and I am hungry and it is food. Disgusting. The next day, bro, the next fucking day, I went to the grocery store. I made some tacos. My wife is trying to go on this new health kick. She on a new plan. She said she don't want to eat no rice. She said she don't want to eat no bread. And she don't want to have, you know, sugars, to cut that down. So she's trying to lower the carbs and sugars and stuff. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna make tacos. She don't want to eat a tortilla. I went and took a lettuce. I cut the lettuce in half, and I made the little lettuce bowls. I made her some lettuce tacos. I had taco shells. Smashed it. She like, these tacos is delicious. I said, way better than Taco Bell. She like, hell yeah. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like tacos, that's a good one. That's actually low key. That's a good, easy one. You can just get the sauce, get the pack, hook it up. Taco Bell's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. So, you know, honestly, I can hear the baby in there boo-hooing. My wife actually needs some help, actually. I'm probably about to get up and go right now. But yeah, man, like, learn how to cook, man. Cause real talk, the tacos that I made, we ate that for like basically 2 days, and that was like $10. But I spent $18 at Taco Bell, and they was ass, and I was dissatisfied, and my stomach hurt. So you gotta be on that real shit. If you know how to make a taco meal, you can make the same thing but taste better, and you ain't gotta waste your bread and be disappointed. Cause that's the one thing I learned. That's the one thing I learned about being an adult. If you got the means, you should definitely, if you're gonna skimp on anything, you don't skimp on eating. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna save a little money here and there, okay, on this or that, okay, but don't skimp on what you're eating. You know, that's the value. You know what I'm saying? That's the fuel. You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna put some effort into what you eating, you know, if you gotta eat a quick meal, you better make you a quick meal instead of buying a fucking taco. But I tell you some real shit though. I was smashed down a McDonald's before I was smashed a Taco Bell. And it says, does my wife cook? Oh yeah, she cooks. She throws down. But my wife cooks more Southern style, if that makes sense. So since she cooks more Southern style, I've been recently expanding our culinary options. I've been looking stuff up because that's just kind of what we do. Like, you know, it's a lot of back and forth for what we do for each other, and I've been looking stuff up. So I've been trying to make new things, you know, like, you know, I make a sauteed cabbage every now and again, you know, stuff like that, and she likes that kind of stuff. So we just kind of, we're like trying new things. Honestly, the baby's got us trying all kinds of new things, but I can hear the baby in there crying, giving her a hard time. So I'm about to go in there and rescue her and swing the pendulum my way, as they say. But yeah, man, we do, but we really like, we're definitely like a team, but it took a long time for us to become a team. Because at first we were both like, I don't trust you, and I just don't want you to fuck me over. Basically. And then we eventually got it together. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. Said McDonald's is dead to me. He says they served me a rotten chicken in a sandwich, and then their CEO got a raise. What? Well, didn't you hear about the? Well, I don't. You might not have heard about this, but a CEO of McDonald's did die of a heart attack at some kind of McDonald's summit. Not the current one. I don't know how many far back it goes, but it was a funny time. I was watching this documentary about McDonald's, and they mentioned this as a small detail as they were giving context to another situation. And they were talking about a PR disaster. And basically, the CEO of McDonald's died of a heart attack, like right before they were trying to do some big money move they were doing. And it just it wasn't a good look. So it was a big problem. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. Well, I'll stream a little more like this every now and again, my boy. But I'm about to get out of here, my boy. I appreciate everybody for watching, everybody becoming new members, hanging out with your boy. We've got what we came for. We've got the money. We've got 4,500 of those things. We're going to get 500 of those things tomorrow. That's going to be 5,000 of those things. We got our RNG up. We've got the Blazing Mars. We're ready to get in there with some heavy beats and never miss. I wish I could turn my volume up literally, but it is at the max. I don't even understand. I mean, I know it is weird and low, but I really don't, like, honestly, it's at the max and I can't turn it up anymore. I have no idea. I mean, and I literally wish I had an audio engineer to come up in here and be like, hey bro, your dual flux capacitor is mixed from your discombobulator, and that's why your shit looks and sounds crazy. But honestly, as I look on this, man, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm using a Yamaha MG10XU. If anybody knows how to make that shit do a thing, and I'm running it through Streamlabs OBS. So basically, I'm using this system to run through my computer, which runs through Streamlabs. Anybody knows how to up the volume, let me know, my boy. But I don't know how to do it. But yeah, you know what's weird? I don't think they sent out notifications, because when people first came to the stream, it was really slow going. And then I posted that I was streaming, then people showed up. I don't know why it didn't send out notifications this time. Maybe it didn't send out notifications because, like, this man just streamed 1, 2, 3, 4 times in one day and uploaded a video. Gonna give the YouTube subscribers a break. But guess what? The fans never ever miss, my boy. The YTDan talk streams, the favorite streams. Don't do these more often, my boy. So I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate all y'all. Thanks so much for watching. And keep it dank. All right, my boys. I'm off to save the day. I